Hello, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network, and joining me today from Lithium Power International is Executive Director, Corporate Finance, Richard Crookes. Richard, welcome to FNN's Investor Event and thanks for coming along.
Thanks, Jess. Good to see you again.
Great to see you again. And so when we last caught up, we met with Cristobal Garcia-Huidobro, but today we'd like to get your take on where the company's at and how everything's progressing. But before we get underway, just tell us about LPI for those who are unfamiliar.
So we're an ASX listed company. We have a 51% controlling interest in the Maricunga Solar Lithium Brine project in Chile, South America. We are the major shareholder in Minera Sala Blanca, which is the operating entity for that project. We also have 100% of a number of hard rock lithium projects in Western Australia, which we're currently advancing and developing. And in addition, we have another development project in Argentina, another brine project where we have a controlling interest.
So your share price at the moment, year to date, as at today, is up 50% year to date. So you've had a lot of success, you've achieved a lot of milestones, and a lot of that is from Chile. So just take us through what's happening there.
Sure. So we've certainly outperformed the lithium market in general, and I think that's mainly as a result of the announcement we made recently with the collaboration, the very important collaboration that MSB will have with Codelco, a state-owned enterprise in Chile that I'm sure everyone knows, but they're making their first venture into the lithium space, which is obviously a strategic mineral for the state. And they've identified MSB as the vehicle that they want to partner with on the Maricunga. And when we announced that MOU, clearly that's had a very, the positive impact on the share price. And
just take us through the environmental impact assessment and how significant that is and what it really means.
Sure. So we submitted our EIA application, another acronym there, the Environmental Impact Assessment, back in September 2018. We then completed our feasibility study in January and announced that to the market this year. The process for the environmental approval is a very rigid and formal process in Chile, as it ought to be, and we are now sort of nearing the end of that. We've reached the second round of questions from the services who assessed the application, and we've responded with answers to the sort of final 60 questions that they asked us to clarify, and we're expecting a positive announcement hopefully by the end of the year. So they have a statutory sort of 60 plus 30-day period by which they have to respond. So we're very hopeful that we'll get a positive assessment by the end of the year.
And back home in Australia, can you give us an update on your hard rock lithium assets?
So we have 3 tenements groups up in the Pilbara of Western Australia, very close to Pilbara Minerals and Altura. And we have been completing a 4,000 metre drill program over the last few weeks. We are targeting lithium-bearing pegmatites in the greenstone belts that lie sort of parallel to Pilgangoora. So our 3 tenement groups up there are Pilgangoora, Streli and Taba Taba, and we're very hopeful that we will identify some sort of economic lithium mineralisation in those assets. Further south we have another tenement group near the Greenbushes operations of Tianqi and Albemarle, so a very prospective address there, and that Greenbushes tenement is currently sort of being approved by the State Conservation Department to allow us access onto the forestry lands. So we're very hopeful that we'll be able to do some good geological work there soon.
And looking at the company's books in terms of your financing, how's that going?
Well, we're in a healthy position. We've currently got 15 million in the bank, so we're really fully funded now until we make an investment decision to advance the Maricunga project. So it's a nice position to be in. We don't anticipate any short-term capital raising. Clearly now, following the announcement of the Codelco MOU, we're actively targeting the project financing for the Maricunga project, and we're in the process of discussing strategic partner equity, some debt and offtake obviously. So we're actively in those sort of conversations now. We may involve a financial advisor at some stage, but at the moment we're getting a lot of inbound interest given the positive news from our Codelco MOU.
And just lastly, Richard, is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Clearly we've just got to deliver on our milestones. I mean, we're like every other company out there, we're clearly undervalued relative to the size of the prize. I mean, our Maricunga project has an NPV of over $1 billion. Current market cap is 100 million. There's clearly, untapped value in LPI shares to come, but we've just got to get on and do our work, deliver our milestones, finalise the joint venture agreement with Codelco, announce our drilling results from WA, announce our EPC partner, and obviously the environmental approval will be the trigger for all of those things to come together with the financing.
Wonderful. It's been great to chat to you. As always, Richard Crookes, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jess.